Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy that you have joined me this evening at the awesome time that I seem to always be on, with not always, but often on 7 p.m. on the East Coast. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this seems like an odd one. Money, commitment, sharing, and SEAL teams? Yeah, a little awkward. However, stay with me for just a second and you'll get exactly what I'm talking about. Many of you, maybe you, remember what happened in 2018. Little story. 2018, we put the team together. Dozens, if not hundreds of people came together. We raised $500,000 and the average person gave about 80 to 90 bucks. It's a lot of people giving a lot of money to move this movement forward and trying to make real impact. And we did it. To be clear, we did it. We got 2% of the vote, which is not awesome overall, but for Libertarian Party in New York State, amazing, relatively, obviously, amazing, relatively. And with that, we were able to achieve ballot access for the first time. And for those of you who don't know what ballot access is, and this is an important piece to understand, ballot access means, people say all the time, well, why don't you guys just have better candidates? Hear it all the time. Well, if you run somebody, maybe we would vote for you. Hear that all the time. People don't realize that we cannot physically, legally get on the ballot so you can vote for us. So you might go, well, wait a minute, Larry, I never see you guys. Because the system is made to stop us from even being on the ballot. So when you go to vote, they don't let us get on the ballot. So you can't vote for us. Impossible. That's how that works until we find a way to get around it. And we did. The way the rules worked is every 4 years in New York State, if a governor candidate first got 15,000 signatures across the state in a period of 12 weeks, if that was able to be done, which was very difficult, but we often did it, and would cost us thousands of dollars just to get our name on the ballot. That's no advertising. That's not building a team out. That's just to get our name on the ballot. And you might go, well, Larry, that's fair. I mean, the big parties are paying too. No, they're not. The big parties who raise millions of dollars just get on. That's the rules. They just get on. We don't. They just get on. So we have to work 3 times as hard for less return. But that's the game. Okay, I did it. We had to get 50,000 votes. 50,000 votes. And if you get that, you now get to be on the ballot like everybody else. That's awesome. So we do it. Life is good. I walk away figuring we're good. Done and done. Yeah, that was not the right answer. Because that next year I thought, okay, I did okay, right? Not awesome, right? But okay. And while I did that, I said, next year I'm going to go around, this was 2019, and I'm across the state again. And I'm going to support all the local candidates. And we got 107 victories in New York State. Now, a lot of those were fusion, right? Meaning that more than one, they went on more than one line. A lot of them were that, a lot more on more than one line. And that's fine. I'm happy with that. No worries about that. So we had a bunch. Then New York State decided, to be clear, in a budget measure, not even a law or a rule, in the budget, to change all of the ballot access rules, to eliminate our line, basically, not 100%, but they were going to, and to make it harder for us to get on the ballot and harder for us to maintain access to a ballot during COVID lockdowns. I'm not joking. During COVID lockdowns, they decided, here's what we're going to do. If you don't already have ballot access, I know it's been every 4 years for 100 years, but we're going to change that now, just because. And we're going to say now it's every 2 years, even though you just got it 4 years ago. We're going to change it during COVID lockdowns, which you've just made up. And I know you used to have to get 50,000 votes. Now you have to get 130,000 votes or 2%, whichever is higher. Whichever is higher, you got to get. That's number one. Number two, I know we used to say you get 15,000 votes over the course of 12 weeks. No, we're just kidding. You need to get 45,000, signatures. 15,000 signatures over the course of 12 weeks. You have to get 45,000 signatures in 5 weeks. So we've tripled the amount and more than half the time for you to even get access to the ballot. And we're not going to give you a chance even to prepare for it. And we still are at a state of emergency with COVID officially in New York State. They thought, that's fair. And I know what you're saying, but Larry, come on now. This is totally unfair. There is no way they would see tripling the number and having the time as fair. Courts are going to stop that. Of course, you can just sue. Well, we did. And they said, oh, we don't care. My court system said, oh, we don't care. Your right to vote? No. And here was their logic. And you might think I'm joking, but I'm not joking when I say this. Their logic was, look, we really want the government to pay for elections. So if we let people on the ballot, well, it's going to be too expensive for us. I'm not joking. That was their argument. It's too expensive. Your right to vote? It's expensive. And we want to make sure that we keep our political class employed. I mean, that's what really matters most, is that the people who are in the political class of New York State, they have to keep getting paid. And no regular person would ever pay them because they have no actual skill sets. So we have to make sure that the government is paying them. So you get in the way of all of us getting paid. So sorry, I know we say your right to vote matters. Yeah, we're just kidding. No, it doesn't. Now, judges said that. Not those words, but those words. That was their response. So now I thought to myself, okay, I get it. They don't care about our right to vote. That's a joke. They don't care about our freedom of speech. They don't care. They have to care about basic contract law, right? I mean, I spent time, money, and energy, my own time, my own money, my own energy, and got thousands of New Yorkers to also give their time, money, and energy so that we could achieve ballot access for 4 years. That's a basic contract. Any lawyer would know that, right? It's not just me promising, but they put out in the law, if you do X, you will get Y. We will give you Y if you do X. Then we did X with both time and money, both. That's a contract. So of course the state would go, well, no, Larry, you're right. That's basic contract law. There's no way we would renege on that contract. Yeah, you would be wrong. My state said, we don't care. It's too expensive. Did you not hear me the first time? Did you not hear me the first time? We need to make sure that our elites get paid. And no one will pay them except for the government. So we have to make sure the government keeps paying these people because they're our people. So taxpayer money has to pay them. You get in the way of that and you can't have our money. You're not part of our system. So you don't get to have the money. Only we get to have it. So your lawsuit, your basic contract law, your right to vote, free speech, no, go away. I'm not joking. I'm saying this publicly. If I was lying, you could easily check, right? This is on the record. They don't care. I have to make this happen starting now, this new way of doing things in about a month from now. You would think that the courts would go, wait a minute. This is a massive infringement upon ballot access, voting rights, contract law. At a minimum, we should make an actual decision on yes or no. They won't. They're going to wait until months after this and then decide. So they might actually in the long run go, well, we were kidding. We do. Yeah, fine. You get to have it. I will have already spent the hundreds of thousands of dollars. I would have already worn out my petitioners already. The damage will be done. What the state in New York courts are ensuring they do is that they damage me. Now, you might think, well, Larry, what about harm? Isn't there actual harm? Do you really want all these people on the ballot? I mean, come on. Do you want that? It's a valid question. It is. It's a valid question. And let me tell you, with our previous rules, which we didn't like, but we accepted, which is difficult, but not crazy, we had no more than 5 people running. That was the max. Usually it was still 2 or 3 or 4 maybe, but usually maybe 3, 4, 5. That's it. Is that so crazy? Is that so insane? Was the system broken? Not just that. Guys running, me and even Howie Hawkins of the Green Party, both of us, we get about 100,000 votes when we run. So just the 2 of us is being kicked off. That's at least 200,000 New Yorkers who don't get to vote for us. What if more want to vote for us? That could be 3 or 4 or 500,000. Who knows? So if you don't put me on the ballot, and I'll add Howie Hawkins too. You don't put us on the ballot. He's with the Green Party. You don't put us on the ballot. You are without question without question, causing harm. You are disenfranchising hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers. Guaranteed. If you put us on the ballot, where's the harm? None. If you don't like Howie Hawkins, if you don't like me, you don't vote for us. You vote for the guy or gal that you like. No harm. Literally no harm if you put us on. Demonstrable harm if you throw us off. You would think the courts in New York State would, oh, well, we care about our citizens. We would never want to disenfranchise or harm, obviously harm, 200,000 or more New Yorkers, when if we don't do this, we will harm literally no one. No one will be harmed. If we just go back to the old ways, that's it. No one will be harmed. Of course the courts will step in. No, they won't. My New York State courts are an embarrassment. It's shameful. It's embarrassing. No one will pay for this. There'll be no recourse. What I say all the time, and drives me crazy, but I say it so people understand this. If you run third party, you will run with one arm tied behind your back. You will work twice as hard for half the results, and there is no recourse. There's no reparations. It's how it is. The system is so broken. And the sad part is most people get mad at us. Well, you third party people, if you would just, if you would do a little bit of homework on third parties, you realize it's not us. It's you. It's your party. Because of all the things I just said, I don't actually have to get only 45,000 signatures. Because here's what I promise you. Democrats and Republicans every single year throughout this country, not just in New York State, but always in New York State, but throughout the country, take your money. If you donate to a Republican or Democrat, they take your money and they hire people to physically go in and to try to throw the signatures off. Oh, nope, didn't cross the T, didn't dot the I. Oh, the number is off. Get rid of signatures. They pay people to go in and do that. With your money, they pay people to do that to make sure I can't get in the ballot. And the sad part is, again, judges go, yep, that makes sense. Why? Again, let's say that 15,000 signatures, 500 are bad or something. So what is the harm? So that means I have to probably get double, triple of that. So at 45,000, I've got to get at least 60,000 signatures, at least, not 70. Now I have 35 days to get 70,000 signatures. Basic math. I have to average 2,000 signatures per day. Let me say that again. I have to average 2,000 signatures per day. Can you imagine what that's going to take? Let me tell you how many Democrat and Republican have to average per day. None. So while I'm spending 5 weeks organizing all of this with my team, while I'm spending 5 weeks spending time, money, and energy doing that, they're doing nothing because they can. And here's the worst part on top of it all. The other two people running, they're already government officials. So they're getting a government check. So they're getting taxpayer dollars to run and pay nothing. I don't get to work, so I get nothing. And I have to spend my money, my time, and your money and your time to go out and do this. Yes. Why would I tell you this horrible story? Because I want you to feel sorry for me? No, that's not why. I mean, you can if you want to, but that's not why I'm telling you this story. I'm telling you this story because even through all of this, I still need us to do this. Because the window for change is closing. You all feel it. I feel it. The window's closing. We have to do this. How do we do this? I need you to volunteer. If you live in New York State, or if you don't live in New York State, but you can come to New York State for any time period between April 19th and May 23rd, I need you to volunteer. I need you to come to New York State if you don't live in New York State, or if you're in New York State, take some time, whatever that, 1 day, 2 days, whatever you can do, weekend, night, whatever you can do. I need you to volunteer to help. That's what I need. You might go, Larry, I don't live in New York State. I can't sign. No, you can't witness, but you can help. In New York State, you can't witness it unless you are a registered New York State voter. However, you can still help and hand things out and such. Yes, you can as a non-New Yorker. That's okay. You just can't witness the signatures. No worries. We still need you. We still need you. In the description is the link, LarrySharpe.com/volunteer. Heading over there so you can see it. I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. I need you to go do that. I need you to go and volunteer. It looks just like that. That's a handsome man right there. Yes, there is. Put your name, your email address, your county you live in, your state, and then I want you to click petitioning April period 19 through 23 urgent. You see that spot right there? I'm circling it at the bottom. Say when you can do it. Can you do this week, 1 week? Can you do all 5 weeks, nighttime, morning, whatever you can do? Go do that. I need you. It's important that you do that. Click that button, go through that and say, yeah, I'll come in because I need a commitment from you. This is the commitment part. Can you get 10 signatures? Can you get 1,000 signatures? Whatever you can get. 5, good. 3,000, awesome. Whatever you can do. It all has to add up. Right now, we've got about 10,000 signatures pledged. That's awesome. Not enough, right? We got a month before we start this thing. In the next month, we need another 50,000 promised. We got about 10,000. That's good. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing that we already have 10,000 pledged. Awesome. We need another 50,000 pledged. That means 10,000 per week. We got to start getting pledges so we can get out there and do this. I need you to do this if you care. You might go, Larry, I don't live in New York State. Why the hell should I care? Here's the reason why. If we can't get ballot access in New York State, we're not going to have 50-state ballot access in 2024. So you may not care about New York State. Maybe you don't care. Okay, you don't have to. You don't live here. Maybe you don't care. All right. Do you care about the country? I do. I hope you do. You want us to have ballot access across this country? New York State's the hardest one to get. Come get it now. But more importantly, and you all know this, more importantly, you all know this, New York State is the battleground state. We make it happen here. It happens anywhere. So heading over there, if you can volunteer, go volunteer and pledge. Someone will get a hold of you very quickly and letting you know when, where, how, all the things. We will have all the stuff for you. You just got to show up. You show up, we got you. But you have to show up at a certain time. If you can do it all day, awesome. You can take off from work for 5 weeks. I'm doing that. I'm going to be all out of state. I'll be off. If you can do that, love you. If you can't, you can give me 2 hours. Deal. But there's something else. Let other people know about this. Like this, comment, and share this. Right now, what I'm doing, share it everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Share it on Parler and MeWe and Gab. Everywhere. Local. Share it everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Share it so people see this is happening. I need every volunteer possible. This is going to be the largest attempt at signatures the Libertarian Party's ever done. That's what it's going to wind up being. And that's good. That's good. We can do this. It shows people we're serious. If you live in New York, you need to do this. If you watch this and go, Larry, you know, I like you. I watch your stuff. I like you, but I'm not going to vote for you. I like Howie Hawkins, or I want to vote Democrat or Republican. Okay, no worries. You still want this to happen. Why? If you get a good, powerful third party in New York State, you will have better Republicans and better Democrats. That will happen, I guarantee you, every single time. So even if you don't care about me, you like my stuff, but you don't want to vote for me, okay, volunteer anyway. You don't got to help them out. They'll be fine. Democrats will be fine. Republicans will be fine. They're good. I'm the one who needs help. So come out anyway. Even if you don't like me or don't want to vote for me, whatever, come out anyway. It does not matter. So please do that. Click that volunteer piece. It does matter tremendously. Share this around. Let people know and give me a commitment to what you can do. Can you get 5? Can you get 500? Can you get 5,000? Whatever you can do, it is critically important that you do. So that's what I want you to start thinking about and making that happen. So I'm going to take a couple of comments real fast, and then I'm going to go to the next piece. Paula says, they must really be afraid of you, Larry. They are, right? I talk about this always. The top of the ticket has the best chance for press, but the bottom of the ticket has the best chance for victory. If we combine those two and we allow the bottom of the ticket to gain the press from the top of the ticket, we get wins. Larry, how do you know that? That's what I did in 2019, Paula. I did exactly that. I said it would work, then I did it, and it worked. Let's do it again. That's the piece. Sam says, well said, Larry, you nailed it. Yes, thank you, Sam. It's exactly correct. You all should care no matter what. You really should care. Tom says it's voter suppression. Yes, absolutely. Yes. So I wish it wasn't that bad. Yes. So is Tennessee that bad too? Maybe it is. But yes, it is terrible. Tyler says, God, they have such unique ways of messing with third parties that don't involve the courts. But even with the courts, they say that injustice from major parties is fine. So stupid. Yes, 100%. So let me move on to the next piece of it. Thank you for those comments. I know there are many more. I will cover a couple more, but I want to keep going to another point if I could. The next piece that we have to worry about is not just signatures. That's important. Absolutely. But the second piece. Some of you might remember when I first started doing the Sharpe show, when I first started doing that. And even last time when I was running in 2018, I would do a live from an event that I was at someplace in upstate New York. I'd get thousands of views. People would watch all over the place, comment. We raised a lot of money through that, right? How did we raise $500,000? And by the way, out of those $500,000, about half of that money came from out of state. People from out of the state gave a lot. They saw what was happening. They knew it was working. So they were trying to make that, we were trying to make that happen. It's because so many people saw us on social media. So many did. It was everywhere. It's how we raised a bunch of money. Out of the $500,000 we raised, at least 100,000 came out of social media, maybe 200,000. 100,000 came out of merchandise that we did, all those kind of things. So yeah, a lot of that money came out of there. We can't do it as much now. Why can't we do it as much now? Well, if you noticed when I was doing my Sharpe show, and I would do a show, I would easily get 5,000, 10,000 views, sometimes 15,000 views. When I had some heavy hitters on, like I had McAfee on, I get 30, 40,000 views, lots and lots and thousands, tens of thousands of views every time I did it. Then the lockdowns came. Then I discussed the lockdowns. Well, the gods of social media did not like that at all. They were like, Larry, you're bad. We got to shadow ban you. And they did. And now you see it. I have to, for this to get any decent amount of views, I have to stream this now on 6 or 7 or 8 different platforms and hope one of them hits. So whatever you're seeing now, there are 6 other platforms this is being streamed on because I have to, because I'm so shadow banned. There are people I still get messages to my page. This happened as early as about 2 weeks ago. Someone reaches out, hey, Larry, are you running for governor? They follow my page. That's how shadow banned I am, that people who follow the page didn't know I was running. That's how bad it is. That's how bad we're shadow banned. It's horrible. So we have to get around this. We have to. It is so hard. We have to get around it. So Larry, how do we do that? I'm going to tell you how. I'm going to ask you again to commit. I am. I want you to commit to sharing my stuff. And here's how I want you to do that. Now you might go, Larry, I love you, but I can't go out and get, I can't go out and get signatures for you. I love you, but I can't. I don't have time. I got to work, whatever. Okay, look, maybe you live in Alaska. Okay, no worries. You're not coming to New York. Okay, you can't do it. No worries. Here's what you can do. You can volunteer again, but you can volunteer to join a social media team. That's what you can do. Doesn't cost you any money. You don't even have to show up. You don't even have to show up. You just got to join a social media team. There's going to be 2 teams. 2 teams. The regular team and the hardcore team. The regular team is a sharing team. The hardcore team is the SEAL team. So you can join the sharing team or the Sharpe SEAL team. Either one you want. Doesn't matter. Social media sharing team or the Sharpe SEAL team. Either one. What's the difference? If you join the sharing team, there's going to be a place where you can go to see whenever you have time, whenever you're off from work or family or responsibilities, you can go see what's being shared, pick and choose. You'll see the links. You'll share whatever you can. Again, share everywhere you possibly can. Everywhere you possibly can. That's the regular sharing team. If you sign up for that, you'll be able to get access, grab it, share everything whenever you're appropriate. If you join the SEAL team, we're not playing games. You're going to get some type of nudge between 4 and 6 times every day. Nudge. It'll either be via your text or via your Facebook page or something. You'll get a nudge every single day, 4 to 6 times a day, whenever we're posting, and that's your job now. Share it. That's tough. I know. It's tough. I know it is. But we're producing it. We're producing it. You don't have to produce. If you can produce, please produce. But if you can't produce, then you can share. Either the sharing team or the SEAL team, whichever one you can jump on. If you can jump on a sharing team, awesome. You'll get access. You'll go, okay, you know what? I'm available, got some time, after work, after family, whatever. I'm going to go share some stuff. In the morning before you go to work, whatever, I'm going to share some stuff. Thank you. In the SEAL team, you're going to get a nudge. You're going to get a poke 4 to 6 times every day. When you get that poke, start sharing stuff everywhere. And I don't just mean Facebook. I mean Facebook. I also mean Twitter. I also mean YouTube. I also mean MeWe. I also mean Parler. I also mean Tab. I also mean Locals. I also mean Mastodon. I mean every place that you are, share this stuff. It's the only way I can get around it. The only way is if I have people who are going to do this. I need you to do this. I cannot do this by myself. It is impossible. I can't do it by myself. Again, head over to LarrySharpe.com/volunteer. Fill this thing out and click social media. And then put, do you want to be in a sharing team or the SEAL team? Whichever one you want. I need them all. I need them all. I need an army of people to share. We have to. If we don't, we're in trouble. We have to do this. It's the way we get around it. Joining the social media team or the SEAL team. You pick the one you want. But sign up, click that social media, and say which one you want to join. Join one of them. If you can do both, oh my God, do both. Meaning if you can also get me signatures and do social media, awesome. But I don't know if you can do both. You have responsibilities in your life. You got stuff you're doing. I got it. Me too. I've chosen to do this and punish myself. That's me. You don't have to do this. However, please, if you're paying attention, if this matters to you, jump on board. Join the sharing team or the SEAL team. Petition if you can. Let me know which one you can do. You see the link right there? There's a link, LarrySharpe.com/volunteer. The link is in the description. The link is right there. Go to LarrySharpe.com, click volunteer. All good. Give me that as soon as you can. Figure out what works best for you. This commitment matters. And the sharing may seem like it isn't that important. I know it might not. It's the old joke, the old YouTuber, hey guys, like, share, whatever. Not that these YouTubers aren't important. It's their life. It's how they make money. That's awesome. Go make money. I want you to. I hope you make lots of money. Awesome. This is more than that. This is changing the country and making a state freer so that everybody can make more money, gain more happiness, better education, retire easier, all of those things. That's what matters. All of those things. It's important that we do this, guys. So please click LarrySharpe.com/volunteer. If you can get petitions, if you can do signatures, please click for that. Hit petitioning. And in the description, say additional comments. Hey, I can get 100. I can get 10. I can get 1,000. Whatever you can do. I hope you can get 1,000. Again, as of yesterday, today, I forgot what day it is. We have about 10,000 signatures already, pledged. We need another 50,000. In the next 5 weeks, we pledged. Then we start actually doing it April 19th. All you have to do is show up. We will do the rest, right? If you want to do more, of course you can. But we will do the rest. You show up, we got you. Show up, we'll go out and do it. If you don't live in New York, you can still show up and help. All you can do is you cannot witness the signatures, but you absolutely can help. You can go talk to people, give them stuff, all kind of stuff. We're going to have a bunch of other literature out there too for you, all those things. So also, last thing I'll bring up when it comes to the sharing team and the SEAL team, all those things. Share everywhere you think it'll make sense. Into groups, on your personal page, on other forms of social media, whatever you think will work, it's all important. Every little bit counts. All right. The other thing I want to bring up here, someone just put it up, the Politicrat bill, you should go on Rogan again. Of course, I want to go on all those things again. And you can share that too. In fact, here's the next thing I'll tell you if you really want to help out. Wherever you think, and this is for any of you listening or watching, any of you think that I should be on any of the shows you like, go to those social media pages and comment my name. That's it. Comment my name. Go to those pages. If you guys been Joe Rogan, go to Joe Rogan's page. Comment my name. Right? Whatever. Wherever you think I should be. Comment my name, and you will see the odds are higher that I'll get on those shows. That's part of being on the sharing team. That's part of being the SEAL team. People always go, I hear this all the time, you should be on CNN. That'd be awesome, except they don't care about me unless you make them care about me. Lots of people want to be on all the shows, right? Or why aren't you on Hannity? Well, great. Then let Hannity know I should be on. Why aren't you on, whatever, Chris O'Donnell show? Great. Then do that. Let them know that you want me on the show, and they'll get me on the show. They don't just go because I want them to. That'd be awesome. If they would let me, I'd be on all the shows. I'd be on every show every night if I could, right? They don't want to hear that. So I want to make sure that if you want that, you want to happen, you have to help me. I need you to help me make that happen, sharing, and of course, commenting. Every comment you make with my name is going to help me out. Every time you put my website there, on my Facebook page, on my Twitter page, on someone else's stuff, it does matter, right? Whatever you can do, it's important. All right. The last piece I'll bring up is the idea of having the appropriate literature and things for when we are out at events, when we are out petitioning. We have to be able to have, palm cards to give people. Who's the Larry Sharpe guy? Pamphlets, T-shirts, hoodies, all those things. You may go, Larry, you got it from last time. Use the last ones. Well, the most important piece to remember is a lot of my policies from last time haven't changed. The state hasn't gotten better, and my policies were good then, and they're still good now. So that part's true. But there's a couple differences. One, I've had to add more policies because the state has gotten worse in the last 4 years. That's piece number one. So that's number one. But it's the second piece. There is a second piece. And that is, you probably know, I'm trying to get 3 lines. Yeah, 3 lines. The Forward Party line, the Unite New York line, and Libertarian line. That's a lot of lines. Now you might go, Larry, how in the world can you make sure all 3 of those go together? It's not easy. I've said in the past, we are the only coalition party. We're the party where you don't have to convert to be part of us. You can be as liberal or as conservative as you want to be. Just don't force your views on others. I have said that a bazillion times. And people are like, what? Well, now I'm doing it. Now I'm doing it. Now I'm getting 2 other lines. I'm going to bring them both on too. As I bring those 2 other lines on, I'm going to have 3 lines. And those 3 lines are going to show that we are an actual coalition. Now we can make a coalition against the establishment. I'm going to explain some if I could right here. Wendy asked, please explain how that works. In New York State, this is very special in New York State. If you don't live in New York State, you probably can't do this. New York State has what's called fusion voting. That's the name of it. What fusion voting means is you can actually be on multiple lines, meaning I can be listed as a Libertarian and a Republican and a Democrat, and I can be listed multiple times. If the other party decides they want to endorse me, then I get to have their lines. That's how that works, as long as they do the signatures, all those things, right? So I want to get both Forward and Unite to endorse me. Forward already has. Unite, I'm hoping soon. So I want them all to endorse me. If they endorse me, guess what happens? They go out and get signatures, and boom, we have 3 lines. I'm listed literally 3 times, and the best part about this is all of the votes combined count. And so why does that matter? Because when I have 2 or 3 lines, this actually becomes a winnable race. What does that mean? I can't control what Kathy Hochul, our governor, will do, or whatever the Republican does. I can't control that, right? I cannot control that. What I can do is run a hardcore, serious campaign, which you all know I have in the past and will run again. Imagine if either it's you or someone you know who is a dedicated Republican or a dedicated Democrat, either one. What would it take that person to vote for the opposite party? Yeah, a lot. If you're a hardcore Democrat, you're going to vote for Republican? If you're a hardcore Republican, you vote for Democrat? Probably not. But would you vote for a third party guy, particularly someone who has 3 parties? Yeah, you probably would. If you're more middle of the ground or libertarian, you vote for the libertarian line. If you're more right, you might vote more unite. If you're more left, you might vote more forward. Doesn't matter, but I'm giving you the option to vote for all of them. Kathy Hochul messes up, my governor screws up, those votes come to me. New York State is not a majority state. It's a plurality state, meaning that all you have to have is more than the rest. So that means there's a possible victory at 35% of the vote. Yeah, it's a stretch. I'm not fooling myself. It's a stretch. But with the right amount of press and money and a good campaign and good policy, we'll force them to debate me. On the debate stage, it's a chance to get that. And then if she makes some bad mistake, which the odds are high she will, I mean, she's got maybe Cuomo coming back, so she'll make some kind of mistake. She makes a mistake, this becomes an actual winnable race. A winnable race. I want you to imagine for a second what happens if I win this race. How that would change the entire nation. And there's no hyperbole there. That is 100% accurate. It would change everything. Imagine how many people who were liberty leaning who would rush to be in our party. Imagine what will change. Imagine the microphones I get in my face. Imagine how we change everything if I win this thing. You might go, Larry, I'd love if you win. It'd be awesome. But come on. What if you don't win? Come on. You're right. What if I don't win? What if I come in second and I beat the Republican? New York State is about 3-1 Democrat to Republican. The state's been getting bluer, and we've been shipping all our Republicans to the Carolinas and Florida and Texas. We're shipping our Republicans down there. So they're all going down there. They're leaving New York State. So Republicans not going to win this state and the statewide election. That's not going to happen. I know they're going to talk trash. They will. A Republican hasn't won a statewide election, nothing, not a Senate seat, lieutenant governor, nothing in 20 years. And the state's getting bluer. So no Republican's going to win this state, a statewide election. That's a fantasy. The Republican Party in New York State will lie to you and tell you that they're going to win or they got a chance. That's a total, absolute lie. They know it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. So that's not going to happen. Well, not never, maybe in 100 years from now, but not now. So that's not going to happen. So with that in mind, the Republican's not going to win. Okay. What if I came in second? I just come in second. It changes everything. And here's why it changes. In New York State, our election law says that the Board of Elections is run by the top two parties, because they can't say run by only Democrats, Republicans, everyone else sucks. They can't say that legally. They say top two parties. And that's judged by the gubernatorial race. So if I come in second, Democrats and Libertarians run the state. Republicans kicked out. Now, that's not going to happen. We know that's not going to happen for two reasons. Number one, there aren't enough libertarians in this state to run it. So it's just physically impossible. But two, Republicans are just going to rewrite the rules, which is great. They'll rewrite the rules and say top three parties, which means now we have a way of being part of this government in New York State in perpetuity. I come in second in perpetuity. What a difference it will make in this state. And this state is the battleground state. This is the place where we push to the edge. And if we get away with it here, it comes to your state. We change that here, changes everything. Changes everything. Just I come in second. But more importantly, I come in second. Imagine the press that I get. Now microphones are in my face. I get to actually say our ideas, our concepts in front of the entire country. But I'll go one step further. I don't win. I don't come in second. But I come in a real hardcore third. I break 1 million votes. I break 1 million votes. 2 million votes. Oh my God. Break 1 million votes. I break 500,000 votes. Any of those things. I break 1 million votes. Again, microphone in my face. How'd you do it? What's going on? Here's my policies. Listen to what I'm talking about. We can have third parties. Look at why it matters. Everything changes. Now, Democrats, Republicans have to listen to us. They don't have a choice anymore because now we are by default the spoilers. The next thing happens too. More people see us as real. We get better candidates, better talent, more talent. We have some talent in this party. We do. And all third parties have some talent. The problem is we don't have enough of it. That's the issue. We're limited on the amount of talent we have. And now I'm running. I got to take everybody else's talent away from them. So now people don't get talent because we don't have enough of it. Imagine if we had enough of it. Imagine if we had enough to spread around. That'd be awesome. We don't have it. We can change that, even if I come in third. All right, you like that. But let's move to the next piece. Larry, how are you going to keep together this coalition? Here's how. There are 3 ways I do it, just so you're clear. Number 1, I focus on what matters most, what we all agree on. Forward Party, Unite New York, and Libertarians agree on one thing, and that is what I call the program. B-R-O, program, not program. Stop saying program. I said program. B-R-O, gram, the program. B is ballot access, R is ranked choice voting, O is open primaries. All 3 of us agree on these things. Why? Because if those things change in New York State, then third parties will exist, and that's what matters. All of them go away. If I don't get ballot access this round, there's never going to be ballot access chance again. Think about this. Imagine it. I'm going to have to get 2,000 votes per day average. I'm going to drop 6 figures of cash. I have to raise even more than that. And it's not work for a year. And I'm already polling at 6% because I ran last time. And that's not me buying a poll. We bought polls too. But that's actually a Zogby poll, right? So that's even a non-biased poll. So I'm already there. Who else in this state is there who's not already a Republican or Democrat? That person does not exist. Not New York. Right now, the only guy in New York State who can do that, who's not already a Republican or Democrat, is me. What if I get hit by a bus next month? What if I can't survive after next year? I can't do this again. My wife will divorce me if I do it again. Then what? This is the chance. The window's closing. They know it. I know it. That's why they're getting behind me, because they know I'm the only guy who can do this. They know it too. I'm the only guy who could do this. You have to help me do this. That's why they're behind me. Are there other things we disagree upon? Yes, there are. But we all die without this change. So who cares? None of us get what we want if we can't make this change. That's why they're together. That's why we're able to do it. And they know that in reality, the outcome that Forward wants, the outcome that Unite wants, the outcome the Libertarians want are the same outcomes. We want a better system for everybody. Now, we disagree how to get there. That's true. But we all want the same outcome. And as I create policies and they see my policies that don't hurt anybody, that don't take their stuff, but move us towards what they want, they go, huh, okay, let's do that. Okay. And they get on board. Policies are critical. Policies are critical. I have to show those new policies. But something else. If I'm going to be on 3 lines, I have to have new logos and such. Yes. So we're literally redesigning everything. We're redesigning the logos. We're redesigning the shirts. We're redesigning all the things, right? You can still wear the old stuff, please. I wear the very old stuff. I love this sweatshirt. I wear it all the time. And my team hates it because it's all raggedy. But I don't care. It's 4 years old. And I wear it all the time, almost every day. I love it. I don't care. I keep wearing it. But anyway, I'll get a new one eventually. Maybe. But I'll probably get a new one. And we'll change. And we're going to have a little bit of a new logo, a little bit of everything mixed in. We're doing that right now. Why do I say that? That costs money. That costs money. It costs money to change the marketing. It costs money to redo the shirts and the hoodies and the signs. I need to get signs out, all those things. That's why I spend so much time bugging you all for cash. That's why I do it. I bug you for cash. And I need you to help me out. Volunteer to the best of your ability. And for those of you who can't volunteer or don't have the time to jump on one of the sharing teams of the SEAL team, then donate. Donate. Larry, where's the money going to? Well, first off, you can watch. I mean, it's public knowledge. You can see where it's going to. But it's going. I'm going to tell you already where it's going to. It's going to go to social media ads. It's going to go to creating all the new things we have to create. It's going to go to travel across in the state. That's what it's going to go to. I'm not working, so I don't get paid. So, and I've already donated already. So I'm already being punished. So yes, I'm asking you what I'm already asking you. I'm asking you to bleed with me. I'm not asking you to bleed without me. I'm asking you to bleed with me. I'm not asking you to bleed out, right? Don't go too far to hurt yourself. Please don't do that. Go as far as you can and bleed a little bit because it matters. This is an investment. If you didn't believe that, then why are you watching? You know it's an investment. You've seen me preaching for 6 years. Though some of you have watched me preach for 6 years, I've been preaching. I haven't stopped. I've been trying to get things done, and I've been getting better and faster. We've been hitting more people. I've been moving this message harder and faster. And now they're scared of me, and you see it, and they're actually using law to stop us. That means we're winning. Let's keep winning. This is going to be our hardest battle. We got to win this battle. That takes money. Head over to LarrySharpe.com/donate and donate. And I'm going to go very special. If you're a Bitcoin or crypto person, give me some Bitcoin. I take it. Hit that donate button. Go to cryptocurrency. Throw some Bitcoin my way. It does matter. Please do so. You probably made a killing on Bitcoin recently. A little bit of love my way. If you're a Bitcoin person, throw some love my way. I could use it. It's important. I have to keep with my marketing. I have to keep making literature. I have to get more ads, and I've got to buy ads in local papers and local TV so I get covered in local paper and local TV. And some of you who are watching, you'll see it's already happening. I'm getting covered in Spectrum News. I'm getting covered in Binghamton 34. I'm getting covered. Some of you saw me on Tim Pool. I'm getting covered, but I got to get covered even more. It's not enough. I need even more. I got to make more merch, right? Now I got 3 parties. I got to make merch for each of those. All those things I got to do. It all takes time and it all takes money. That means donate. Head over, LarrySharpe.com/donate. It does matter. And if you're not sure, like and comment and share. I mean, that's the easiest thing to do, right? You don't even have to volunteer or donate. You could just click that button. In fact, click the hate button. I don't care. Click any button. Click a button. Click one of those buttons. No matter who, click a button. Put a comment in there. Ask a question. Share this around. Because if you don't want to give, somebody else might. If you can't volunteer because you're too busy, okay, somebody else might. But what I'm asking you to do here is either, or all of them if you can, like, comment, share. That's free. Cost you nothing. You're already watching. Just do it right now. Just do it now. Can't do that? No worries. Donate. It does matter. Every bit counts. Now you might say, Larry, how much can I donate? I am concerned. How much can I don't want to donate too much and get you in trouble. Don't worry about that. New York State is super corrupt. So that means that I can take up to $44,000 per person. So unless you were thinking, if you're like, man, I really want to give Larry $45,000. If you thought that, you can't do that. You can only do $44,000. That's how you do it. Yes, you do $44,000 or less. It's fine. $10 is fine. Again, my average donation last time was about $85 to $90 was the average. If you can do 50, awesome. Awesome. But I would ask one more thing if you can. If you're saying to yourself, Larry, I don't know if I can give $100. It's a lot of money for me right now. Maybe you are in a bad spot right now. You've got some of the issues going on. No worries, right? No worries. You can do $25 a month. Do it monthly. It helps us tremendously. We know money's always coming in. We now can judge how much we can spend. Do a monthly note. That's fine. Do $25, right? I'm giving up my livelihood for 8 months. I'm not asking you to do that. If you can, please do that. That'd be amazing. But I am asking for you to give up something for the next 8 months. If that's $100, $25, $500, whatever that is, over the next 8 months, I am asking you to give up something, right? I'm gonna give up my time and my ability to make any other money. It's fine. You could give something, please. Bleed a bit and give something, a monthly note. If you can do a big one, do a big one. It does matter. 100% it matters. It's how we get in. Someone just asked, how do you get in the local papers? It's actually grossly simple, Jason. You buy a local ad. You make up a local ad spend. It's that simple. Yes. You drop $5,000 or $10,000. That's a lot of money, but no, you do it in a local area, maybe Utica, or maybe do it in that's not going to mean anything in New York City, right? It's a smaller place you do it. Maybe Utica, maybe Ithaca, someplace like that. You do an ad spend and they'll cover you. It's how it works. They literally will you start doing advertisements, they'll start covering you. It's how it works. And you might go, Larry, local paper. I mean, who really reads local papers? Jason, if you think that, that's a valid question, right? Local papers are dying. That's true. Less people read them than ever. That's also true. But big caveat, big however here. If you read your local newspaper, you vote. So while we get a smaller number of people, we get the right people. If you sit down on a Saturday or Sunday or whatever, Tuesday, and you read your local paper, guarantee you vote. So if I get my face, my handsome mug in front of someone like that who reads and then goes to my website or goes on their phone and looks at what I'm talking about, that's a vote. That's a vote. So I really have to make sure that we understand that. That's what the money's for. You might go, Larry, wait a minute. That sounds like pay to play. Yes. Yes. It is literally pay to play. You want to be in the polls? You got to buy the polls. I'm in polls. How did I get in polls? Why do you think I'm raising money? Why do you think I'm making relationships? Why do you think I'm getting people on my side? How else am I getting the polls? Couldn't get into them last time. All of a sudden now I'm in. Yeah, absolutely. This stuff matters. Look, for some of you who are saying, Larry, look, I wanted so much more out of you last time. I wish you had gotten 50%, 20%. Me too. Me too. But for many of you who watched me during that campaign, and some of you were on the campaign with me, when I was going around, you were watching me, you were with me together in the same car as me, all those things. You know that we made a lot of mistakes. We were new. That's the first time I'd ever run. First time I'd ever run. We have learned a lot since then. We have a bigger, better, stronger, faster team since then. This is going to be a better race, guaranteed. We know a whole lot more. By the time the campaign was really rocking and rolling, it was kind of too late because the damage was already done. We'd already made the errors and they had already backstabbed us. It already happened. That's not happening now. That is not happening now. So we can make a difference. Absolutely. And part of that is giving, right? Part of that is giving. So Jason says, let's see here. I don't read the local paper, but for personal reasons, I think their circulation is about 15K. Imagine if a third of those people actually read an article on me. 5,000. I love that. I love that. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. So yes, it does matter. So yes, I really hope that. It's important that we already talk, that we talk often, I should say, that we talk often about individual people having those conversations. We have to convert, sadly, most of the time, one person at a time. That's how it is. I don't mind. But remember something. The most zealous are the converted. The person who says, you know what, this is the right person. Let's move this. That's all I'm saying. Let's move this. All right. The last thing I wanna bring up here, if I could, is I need a commitment from you one way or the other. Please, if you're already committed, thank you for watching. That matters. Again, I talk about the like, comment, share. If you're already on a share team and you already give, awesome. Keep this on. In fact, if you say, Larry, I'm busy. I love you, but I'm busy. I got stuff to do. But you put this on, click like, say, hey, Larry, in the comment and leave and get off. That works. I mean, that literally works. You can just get, oh, Larry's on. Okay, click like, hey, Larry, and then go have dinner. Wonderful. That's helpful. You watched, you liked, and you commented. Home run. Please do that. That's a commitment. Please do that. You share it to your friends, share it on your page, and then go to dinner. Awesome. Please do that. It does matter. That's how I get around this. If you're saying, Larry, I can do that, but I could do more. Okay. Then volunteer. LarrySharpe.com/volunteer. Go ahead and volunteer. When you go on that volunteer page, decide what you think you can do. I'm asking you for several things, right? I'm asking you there to say you want in, and then either click you want a petition. You want to get me signatures. I need you to commit to signatures to be doing something from April 19th to April 23rd. I got 5 weeks, and I have to average 2,000 signatures every single day. That's insane, but we can do it. We already have about 10,000 already pledged. I need 50,000 more pledged in the next 5 weeks, right? The next 4 to 5 weeks, and another 50,000 pledged, and then we start doing it. We begin between April 19th and 23rd. But Larry, I don't live in your state. You can still come and help. You can't witness the signatures, but you absolutely can help. You can hand out things, be out there, help others. Yes, you can. Totally legal. We need you. Larry, I don't know how to do it. Awesome. Show up. We will help you. Just show up. Larry, I can only do 2 days. Great. Give me 2 days. I will take the 2 days. Larry, I want to quit my job and give you all 5 weeks. You are now my new best friend. Come on in. Write that down. You can do it. So click petitioning and then say when you want to do it, right? This information. I can give 1 day, 2 days, 20 days. I can commit to 500 signatures, 2 signatures. Now I'll sign myself. That works. All good. Not just that. Can you jump on a social media team? Can you both? 2 different teams. Number 1, the share team. Number 2, the SEAL team. The share team, if you agree with that, put that in the information. Hey, I want to be in a share team. You have access to all the things we share. You'll pick it up when you have time, right? If you're crazy busy, I get it. Maybe before you go to work, when you come home, lunchtime, whatever works for you. You come home, get online, share a bunch of stuff. All good. Share on everything. Instagram, Parler, MeWe, Locals, Twitter, YouTube, Odyssey, everything. Share on everything. Do that. And comment my name and or website on every other person's page and or links that you think might make sense. Someone saying, I can't stand New York City's transit. Have you heard of Larry Sharpe? Perfect comment. Perfect comment. Tag me. Link me. Have you heard of Larry Sharpe? Do that. You're on Twitter. Someone's talking about, oh, Kathy Hochul sucks. Have you heard of Larry Sharpe? How about Larry Sharpe? He's cool and good looking and modest. All the things that are good. Yes, do that. Or you're going to say, Larry, I'm hardcore. I want to be on the SEAL team. All right. Jump on the SEAL team. You jump on the SEAL team, put that in additional information that you want to be in a SEAL team. You will get pinged between 4 and 6 times every day. Hey, now we just posted something. Hey, now we posted something. And now's your time to shine. So 4 to 6 times a day, you're sharing. That's how many times. Yes, yes, yes. It is the only way we will get past the shadow banning that we have. And YouTube's not going to stop. Facebook's not going to stop. We have to get around it. That's how we do it. So we get more people here. So do that if you can. Either the share team or the SEAL team. And last but not least, if you think that you can't do any of that, no worries, donate. Head over here to donate page. You see it right there, LarrySharpe.com/donate. Give what you can give. Give whatever you can give, right? Whatever you can. I'm giving up a bunch of stuff for the next 8 months. I'm asking you to give up something for the next 8 months, whatever that is. If you can make it a monthly donation, that'd be awesome. Right there, click, make this a monthly donation. That's going to help tremendously if you can. If you want to give crypto, right there, click here for Bitcoin donations. If you made a killing on Bitcoin, throw some love my way. Throw some love my way, because I'm going to make it easier for you to deal with crypto in the long run anyway. It's an investment for you. Most important piece. And then make it monthly if you can. If you can do $100 a month, oh, amazing. If you can throw a bunch of money, if you're wealthy, I hope you're all wealthy, and you want to give me 10 grand, that's awesome. I hope you all are. You can give up to $44,000 if you want to. Give what you can give. If you can make it monthly, even better. I know I bring up the idea of investment. I do a lot. I know. Because it is. Let me be clear why it is. If you go to LarrySharpe.com, it's not just my website. It is. But it's also a policy library. It allows you to peruse policies that may work and may not work in your area. And now someone else is running, and they can now use those policies to run locally in your area. It does matter. It's an investment. Not just that. You can Google me and a different topic that you want. You know I've talked about it. You probably see me on a debate stage. You probably see me talking and yapping about something. Now you can talk about it with other people who are running. This is an investment. How many people have you seen in our movement, any third-party movement, who run, lose, and then never come back? You took all that money, all that time, and it's all gone. Not here. I'm still here. I'm still doing it. I'm still training. I'm still helping. I'm still growing. It's still happening. I haven't left the state. Not yet. I'm trying to stay. We all want to stay if we can. Trying to stay in the state. I'm trying to keep growing to make this work. This is an investment. I mean, just talking trash. You saw it. Some of you gave me money in 2018, and I'm still here. And I'm still giving back. And I'm still crossing the state. It's an investment. Of all the people who ran last time, who's left? Just me. If you gave your money to any other candidate in New York State except me last time, that was a waste of money. Threw it away. You gave money to me. I'm still here. I'm just growing. We're getting stronger and better. This is an investment. You put into me, it's an investment. Put into them, throw away. I'll go one step further. If you voted for someone other than me last time, where are they? They're all gone. That was a wasted vote. Who's still here? Me. The money you put into me is an investment. I'll go even one step further than that. Of the people running last time, all 5 of them, 4 of them, me only was the one who wasn't, were getting a government check. I was the only one not getting a government check. Yeah, only me. Everyone else getting a government check. Running now, 3 people, Republican, Democrat, me. Again, I'm the only one not getting a government check. That's it. I'm the one who is the investment. They're going to take your money and go away. Did it last time. They'll do it again. Yes, I don't have a problem asking you for money because I'm giving you an investment. I'm giving you something back. I'm here. And I'm the most successful of the bunch. You guys see me, talk to me, go back and forth with me. I'm the most, and I change my mind. They never do, unless it's just for their party. They don't. I do. This is important. This is a critical piece that I hope we understand. So let me grab a couple more. Lisa says, it's completely insane that the reality of voting. I truly appreciate you trying to improve things, Larry. I had a rep from the Larry Sharpe campaign reach out to me. I'd love to help. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Lisa, so much. Thank you. Yes. And she says, we need signatures. We need volunteers. Yes. We need citizens to get engaged. This is the most critical race ever. Yes, yes, and yes. 100%. Pete says, time to bleed. A little bit. Yes. A little bit. Not crazy. Tom says, just sent my small monthly donation in. Thank you, Tom. Don't leave Tom hanging. You guys should also do the same thing. Send your donation in. Yes, please. It does matter. 100%. It does matter. So the Politicrat says you should come on my show again. I will. Why not? I love it. I love that. Yes. All right. Pete says, you know I'm going to be hardcore. Yeah. Yes, I'm very much aware of that. And he also says he's pumped up. Me too. Me too. I think we have a look. Here's the thing: is they put the advantage of such a high barrier they put on us. The advantage is that when we get over it, it's even more impressive. Is that when we are able to make impact, it's even stronger. We have to break a hole so big that they just can't close it. That third parties. Let me go one step further again. I keep going one step further. I'm going to do it again. For me to do this and to say openly, I'm the only guy who's not a Republican or Democrat. Oh, who's not famous, right? Some famous guy probably could. If Mark Cuban decides to become libertarian and move to New York State or something, I mean, maybe he could in theory. But no, you have to live in New York State for 5 years to be governor. So even he couldn't. But someone famous maybe could, right? Some famous person. But probably not even that. Remember in 2018, remember who ran? Cynthia Nixon ran. Cynthia Nixon's a New Yorker. People know her. She's an actor, a pretty famous actor. She's in Sex and the City, right? I mean, people know who she is. She's a famous actor. She has money. She has friends. She got crushed. So you have to be more popular than Cynthia Nixon to have any chance. So, I mean, she's no schlub. People know who she is. She's a New Yorker, lives here, makes money, millionaire. She couldn't do it. So it's got to be a super rich person, number one, or a guy like me, a guy who's prepared to not work for a year, a guy who ran before, so already has a team built, already has a name, already has a following, and still will have to spend at least $100,000 to get everything done to get on the ballot, and have to raise another $500,000, at least if not $1 million, and take off a year from working. Who the hell can do that? Who has that resume that can do that for any third party? So what I'm actually saying is, if we don't win now, as Angie said perfectly, this is the most important race right now in New York State. For this year, I would argue the most important race this year. The most important race this year. Why? If we don't make impact, there will be no third parties in New York State ever. Gone. Like some of the states have gone that route, which is, why bother? The left-right paradigm will stay. The left-right paradigm stays. You're watching it. All of you are watching it. Our divisiveness, our fighting is getting worse and worse and worse. We politicize everything. if we don't have a third party to make things better, it's just going to get worse. So I'm pumped. Yes, I'm glad you're pumped, Pete. We can do this. It is hard, but it can be done. It is hard, but it can be done. So yes, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yes. All right, so I can do this here. Paula says just went to Rogan's page. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, absolutely. We have to keep going. Yes, absolutely. So let's see here. Let's see. Keith says I'm available to perform at any of Larry's fundraising events. Thank you. You did that before. Yes. Keith, by the way, very good at what he does. He's a mentalist. So yes, absolutely. If we should grab you in, Keith. All right. Yes. So see, I'm gonna take you up on that one. I am. The Politicrat says Larry predicted Cuomo's creepiness from day one. You're right. I did. Remember that. I knew who he was. And remember, I didn't say he was a bad politician or his policies were bad. It's not what I said. I actually said he was a bad guy because he is a bad guy. Yeah, 100%. Yes. So, all right. Tyler says, even moderates at this time would almost never go beyond party lines. Very true, because they see each party as radical, right? So if you lean right, you probably see Democrats as radical Democrats. If you lean left, you see Republicans as radical Republicans. That's how you see them. And you've been told that every day for years. So it's now smashed, right? Smashed. Absolutely. So he goes on to say the LP is literally the perfect middle line of the two parties. Tyler, I agree. I hope you're right. The Politicrat then says GOP should just ditch Republicans and ride behind the LP in New York. I agree, but they don't want to listen. So, yes. All right, Wendy says, I love your optimism, but last time was a bummer. People didn't fall through with their votes. So this is true. I think you're totally right, Wendy. I was disappointed. I thought we would do better. A lot of people didn't vote for me when they should have. I'm hoping they learn the lessons. I've supported a lot of issues that were important. I was the only candidate that supported the Second Amendment, the only one. And gun owners did not vote for me. They did not. Gun owners in droves either didn't vote, which is their norm in New York State, sadly. Most gun owners don't vote because they think there's no chance, which is horrible. Or they voted Republican, which the Republicans don't care about Second Amendment in the state either. So that's not a thing. But they did it out of either habit or they just didn't do it. They didn't vote. So yeah, you're right. Not just that. I support the vaping industry. If you want to be a vapor, you should be a vape. Who do I want to stop you from vaping? It's free. It's your life. Do what you feel appropriate with it. Didn't vote. I supported I was the only candidate that had an actual plan and still does to actually fix the family court system in New York State, which is a horrible grift, which is a terrible way of raising money. And it punishes families and punishes kids. And it makes sure that the bad person has the best chance of winning. If you're a deadbeat dad, you make out like a bandit in our system, and the good dads get screwed. And if you're a horrible mom, you get to punish the men all day long. It only ensures that the bad person wins. That's what our current system does. I had a plan to stop that. They didn't vote for me. They didn't. I was the only one. I talked about it. They didn't vote for me. I talked about all the issues that mattered. They didn't vote for me. Talk about how to make teachers teach. Let teachers teach. Push off some of these administrators. The administrators probably shouldn't have voted for me. They didn't, and that was probably smart for them. But teachers should have voted for me, and they didn't. You're right. It was a bummer. I'm hoping that now they see I haven't gone anywhere. My views are the same. I still think the same. I will still support them. I hope this time they go, you know what? Let me vote for this guy because stuff just got worse for me. I wasn't thinking I made a mistake. This time I will. That is my hope, Wendy. That's my hope. So let's see. Let us see if it actually works. So, all right, let's see if I can keep going down here. Lisa says, I understand the frustration. It's been a crazy few years, though. I think a lot more people are fed up and open different options than a few years ago. I hope you're right. Right? I do. I hope you're right. So, yeah. So, let's see here. How realistic do you think a libertarian infiltration of the Democratic Party would be? The funny thing is, I think in New York State, and this is true for many different states, the establishment is very strong, right? So I think most establishment Democrats will not vote for me. Being forward, I think most won't. But will upset Democrats to vote for me? I think yes. Why? Because they're not getting what they want either. Most Democrats, except for establishment Democrats, are not happy with Biden or with establishment Democrats. They're not happy with Hochul, right? They're satisfied because it's not an evil Republican. That's how they think. So I get that. But they're not happy. A lot of Democrats actually want answers to help. And we have plans to help people. right? Imagine, think about how many people in New York State. I'll give you a couple ideas that we've come up with very recently. Imagine New York State, if once you hit 65 years old, as long as you have owned a home in New York State for 10 years, maybe 15 years, your property tax goes down 5% every year until you're 85. No property tax. Every year it goes down. And if you live with somebody, it's your primary residence, even if it isn't your home, they get the same benefit. To keep the elderly at home and to keep retirees here in New York State. That's a real plan. Where's the plan for Democrats? There's none. Republicans, there's none. The Republicans are of the party of no ideas. Democrats are the party of bad ideas. I just now give you a real plan that's going to be on the website. We'll come up with the actual plan details. We'll have that detailed plan set up to make that happen, to keep people here. Imagine that. Imagine having a real way of assisting and motivating people who are, say, in the delivery business. They are taxi drivers or Uber drivers, or they own limousine services, so that they would actually want to help out the disabled, so you don't have to always be calling an ambulance, what makes us all pay more, right? Sometimes a disabled person requires an ambulance. Other people do too. But often disabled people don't require an ambulance. They just require a lift. Why can't we help them out that way? And let the ambulances be around for people who need them. I know, sounds crazy, but these are ideas we're actually coming up with. Imagine that. Imagine you come up with an actual fund that could help actually pay for Medicaid, Medicare without raising one single tax. No extra taxes. Giving locally, people in their local areas, an actual surplus. A surplus at a local level. You can fix your own roads if you want to. Imagine that. Who's talking about that? Only me. We're the only ones with real plans, the only one with real policy changes to make your life better at a local level. Imagine you got to write your tax bill out to the state every year. You could take $250 of that you're going to pay to the state anyway, and instead support a local charity, a local nonprofit. You can write that check to a local nonprofit if you want to. Instead, you're going to pay it anyway, but you can now support local. If it's local, would meaning that's in your county, it's double to $500. You might go, Larry, $500 from charity, who cares? What about when it's 1,000 people or 10,000 people? That's some money now. You think the state isn't doing a good job with healthcare, or isn't doing a good job with childcare, isn't doing a good job with whatever, with addiction? Support the local nonprofit that'll do a better job. Simple way to create real competition with the state. The state either gets better or goes away, but either way, people are serviced, people are helped, and we support localism. We support the local people trying to help themselves. What's wrong with that? These are real ideas. Where are theirs? Nowhere. Same old thing. Same old thing. Means nothing. So, yes, I appreciate it. I think with that, we won't infiltrate the Democratic Party, but we'll pull a bunch over. And that's what I want. I don't think we'll infiltrate. I think we'll pull a bunch over. Right? I think that's it. So, all right, let's do this here. Let's see here. I can grab a couple more. Joel says, I seriously doubt the election boards counted third-party votes last election. They just made up a number and played some lip service. We actually thought that may have been true in a couple of counties, actually. But the problem is, and this is the other issue, Joel, if they cheated us, and some of my team thought they may have in a couple of counties. I don't want to say anything. It doesn't make it. The reason why I'm not going to go down this road is, even if it were true, I still didn't win. And to do a lawsuit is thousands upon thousands of dollars, which we just don't have. I got to spend money getting on a ballot again. Can I spend a bunch of time, money, and energy in a lawsuit that even if I win, I still don't win the election? So I believe in this may make some of you feel better. I tell this story only to make people who supported me feel better. I actually didn't get about 100,000 votes. I actually got about 200,000 votes. How do I know that? Here's how I know that. On the ballot, I was the only candidate who was on a separate column. Some of the actual machines couldn't read that column. So if you wrote that, they weren't reprogrammed, because usually there's only one column for governor. I was the only one on the second column. That was done on purpose. I know it was, because we told them to stop it and they ignored us. No, we're not going to. And by the way, they had to reprint the ballots and they still wouldn't do it. If you remember, in 2018, initially when Cynthia Nixon ran, she got the Working Families Party endorsements. She was going to run on the working families line. So they printed all the ballots with her on working families. She dropped out. So they had to reprint the ballots with Cuomo on working families. Did not change the ballot. So they had to do it. There was no money. They had to reprint anyway, and they still wouldn't do it. They would not change. So it didn't read. So if you put Larry Sharpe and the machine you put it in wasn't programmed to read, that was a blank vote. Blank vote. There were over 100,000 blank votes. In the governors, that doesn't happen. But that happened in 2018. Governors rank over 100,000 votes. So that's gone. Still not done. If I was the only one on the second column, so there was another person, Stephanie Miner, was also on my line. So if you check both of them, many people thought that Stephanie Miner was my lieutenant governor. So they checked both, not realizing that it wasn't just me. They checked both, thinking she was my lieutenant governor. If we check both, that's a voided vote. So over 100,000 of those. How many of those were mine? There's no way we can know. Maybe all of them, maybe half of them. I don't know. Right? Not just that. If you check both of them, thinking Stephanie Miner was my lieutenant governor, and it couldn't read mine, it only read one side, she got the vote. She got over 50,000 votes and was basically unknown. How many of those votes were mine? I don't know. So could we have sued? Yes. But even if all of those votes were mine, I still don't win, right? Maybe I get 6%, maybe 5%, maybe, which makes sense with my current polling, right? Which is probably what I probably got. It's my assumption. But there's no way to know for sure. And even if I win a lawsuit, it doesn't matter. Either way, I'm kicked off the ballot. So why would I bother doing a lawsuit, spending time and energy to still lose? It doesn't change anything. I say this just so people will feel better. We did a whole lot better. Wendy said she was disappointed. We did a whole lot better than the numbers showed. I hope that gives you a little bit of a warm, fuzzy feeling. But no, I still lost the election. I wasn't going to win. If I thought it was a victory, of course I would have, sued. But I did better. So I hope that's true. So yes. All righty. Corey says, love everything you're saying. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. Yes, absolutely. We are trying. Absolutely, we are trying. So, all right. Andrea says, can I donate if I live out of state? You can donate as long as you are a legal resident of the United States. It's all that matters. It's all that matters. You can go ahead and donate. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. If you are, live in Russia or something, please don't. I'll get in trouble. But anyway, don't. Yes. But you can volunteer no matter what. You can volunteer no matter what. Even if you're Canadian, come across the border and volunteer. You can volunteer no matter what, but you can't give if you're Canadian. So sorry if you can't give, but you can volunteer no matter what. Absolutely no worries whatsoever. Yes. All right, let's see. Jason says, I'll do the share team. Not sure if I'll be able to do the other one. Sometimes it's slow at work and I have tons of time. Others, I don't even get a lunch. It's so busy. Yeah, exactly. So Jason, wonderful. The share team's fine. When you're available, go ahead and do that. Yes. So, all right. Let's see here if I can keep going. You guys, thank you for all of this. I appreciate this. Yes. Joel says, best Larry Sharpe trait. Did I answer your question? No politician do that. Because I want to answer your question. This is an issue, Joel, that I bring up. Sometimes I don't give someone the answer they want. That happens often. And I'm okay if it's not the answer they want. I don't want someone to think I'm dodging the question. As I say all the time, I can have you disagree with me. And everyone watching at some point disagrees with something I've said or one of my policies. No, he's wrong on this, he's wrong on that. And that's okay. Totally fine with that. I can't have you not trust me. Because if we disagree on an issue, we're still allies, right? You'd be like, you know what? I'm going to support Larry on these 5 things. This one, I'm off. I'm going someplace else for this one. But I trust him enough. It's fine. Again, I trust him enough that he won't screw me over on this one. Or maybe I can change his mind on this. I have changed my mind before. Or maybe he'll change my mind on it. Either one's possible. But enough to where I can still trust him and vote for him. If you don't trust me, it doesn't matter. So that's why I always say, did I answer your question? Because I want you to trust me, even if you disagree or think I'm totally wrong. Larry's wrong on that, but he's not lying to me. And he believes that what he's saying is the best answer. And I hope you all believe that even when you disagree with me, even when you go, Larry's wrong on this, I hope in the back of your mind, like, yeah, but he believes it. I'll change his mind next week. And you might. It does happen. So yes, that's why I do it, because it does matter to me. I need you to trust me. This is, as you can tell, This is long term for me, right? This is a long-term plan. I'm thinking long game here. If I was thinking one thing, all I would do is just, I would have run once and left. I wouldn't keep doing this. It matters, right? It matters. I have to keep doing this. So yes, Chad says, definitely do Glenn Beck again. Loved your interview with him. That's one of my favorite interviews, by the way. I actually like Glenn Beck. Some people I know don't like him. That's fine. I like him. And I want to do it again. And I think I will. I'm going to reach out and see if I can do it again. It's a good idea, Chad. But I want to have a few more of my policies put together so that when people go to the page, they have a bit more meat. So I'm working on policies right now to make sure that happens. And I also make sure I have the cooler merch available also. So the reason why we're kind of behind on some of that stuff is because a lot of the people didn't actually want to get behind me until later on. So I didn't get all of the people getting behind me until very much later. So I had to wait. So yes, absolutely. Okay. I'm gonna grab a couple of these here. If I can go. Oh, so many. Thank you guys so much. Roy says converted two voters. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. Rebecca says this will be my first time getting signatures, and I'll do all I can. And I'll talk about podcasters. I know. Thank you. How does South by Southwest go? By the way, yes, I spoke at South by Southwest last week. It was great. Happy to someone recognized me there, which is awesome. It's always good when I go someplace and someone recognizes me because now I know it's working, right? Guys go, oh, Larry Sharpe, oh my God, I watch your stuff. So that happens. I love that. It went very well, Rebecca. Thank you. And I'm glad to be out there getting signatures. The more we can get, the better. It is a really big deal to make it happen. So as always, guys, like, comment, share. It does matter. If you can join up, volunteer. Either volunteer to get signatures or volunteer to be on the social media team, the share team, or the CO team. And last, give what you can give. Every dollar counts. I have to reorg everything. I've got to reshift everything. Everything's got to change and adjust. It takes time. It takes money. It takes energy. We have to do it. We have a lot of rebooting because we have multiple lines we're working on to get more people. We need to get, if at all possible, at least 1 million votes. Imagine if we get 2 or 3 million. Again, if I win, if that happens, again, I'd get 35% of the vote or so. Kathy Hochul screws up and all those votes come to me and I win. I get a debate stage. It happened before. Remember, it happened in the 90s with Jesse Ventura. Got in the debate stage, became governor of Minnesota. Can happen. I'm hoping for that lightning strike. That happens and I'm ready to take it. We change the entire nation. I come in second, massive change in New York State, which again changed the nation. We come in a strong third. It still opens us up for the future. And you know it. You watched me. If I do what I'm doing now, and I do very well in 2023, I'm back across the country again, supporting all those local candidates and getting them elected and making change. If you are a Democrat or Republican watching this, here's what I know. You are unhappy with your party. If you weren't, you wouldn't be watching this. So you're unhappy with your party. I get it. Maybe you don't want to become libertarian. Okay. Maybe you don't like Forward. Maybe you don't want to become Forward. Okay. You like your party, but you're unhappy with it now. Okay. Imagine if Democrats who are supposed to be about civil liberties were actually about civil liberties. Imagine that. They'd be a better Democratic Party. Well, libertarians are about social. They're about civil liberties. We're about social issues. We're about that 100%. Well, if you want your party to be about civil liberties, if you want that, we will pull them there. Republicans, you're supposed to be about the Second Amendment, and you're also supposed to be about smaller government and supporting small businesses. Wouldn't that be great if your party was doing that? Strong Libertarian Party, we're about all of those things. We'll pull them there. You'll have better Republicans and better Democrats if you allow third parties to be strong and exist, even if we don't win. I hope we win, obviously, even if we don't. This is an investment in the future of this country, future of this state. This is the future of the world. We are moving towards each side saying, I'm scared of the other because the other is going to impose their will upon me. And you're right. That's what actually happens. But if instead it was, they're going to have policies that allow us, let us be as liberal or as conservative as we want to be, and no one's going to push their views on us. You want to be Brooklyn? Be Brooklyn. You want to be Wyoming County? Be Wyoming County. You want to be who you want to be, the way you want to be it. Life is good. Leave us alone. We can make this work. I know we can. Third parties are the answer. The Liberty Movement is the answer. I'm out here fighting for it. I need you guys to support me. You can support me either by doing something like volunteering, coming out there, getting those signatures, sharing all the stuff we're talking about, join the sharing team or the SEAL team, either one. Click that volunteer, as I told you earlier. Put in what you want to do. Let us know. SEAL team, which means you're going to get pushed 4 to 6 times a day, so you can share often, or just a share team. There'll be a spot you can go to when you're ready. Share what you can share when you can. All good. Or come get petitions. Come sign. Come get people to sign. Get petitions as much as you possibly can. We need signatures all day long. Starting April 19th, we have 5 weeks to get about 70,000 signatures. That means 2,000 signatures a day average. That's a lot. We got to do it. I need help. If you don't live in New York State, you can come anyway. You can't witness the petitions, but you can still help. We need help. And if you can't do any of that, no worries. Donate. Give what you can give. I gotta have literature to be in your hands. Someone's got to get those petitions. Those got to be printed, right? We got to pay for that. We got to pay to get the signatures, pay to get the signature, get everything printed up, pay to get the literature. We got to pay for all that stuff. So that's where the donations come in. We're gonna have to drop at least 6 figures on this. So every bit you can do, please do to the best of your ability. Please do that. And we also have to pay for ads and for polling, all of those things. And if you can't do any of that, Larry, I love you, but I'm in a bad spot financially now. Larry, I love you, but I can't get out there. I'm working. Okay. You can like, you can comment, and you can share. That's totally free. Either way, jump on board. It does matter. I need it. It's critically important to make this happen. Insanely important. Let's make it happen. Guys, thank you so much for today. I appreciate all the time you gave me. I appreciate all of you who are donating your time and your money. It does matter. Here's what I can promise you. I'm not done. You are investing. And I'll say it one more time. For those of you who were involved in 2018, if you voted for anyone but me, you literally threw your vote away. What did you get? If you gave money to one of the other candidates, what'd you get for that money? Nothing. You threw that money away. If you donated your time to a candidate in 2018 that wasn't me, what'd you get for that? Nothing. You threw your time away. But if you gave your money or your time and or your vote to me in 2018, what'd you get? I'm still here. That was an investment. I'm stronger than ever. The movement's better than ever. Do it again. It's an investment again. It was smart then. It's smarter now. Do it now. It makes sense. Guys, thank you. Have a great night. I will see you all very soon.